Welcome back. We now put the spotlight on the increase in number of deaths that were reported on June 10th, that is today. 6,148. This is the highest ever single day death count that we have reported in our country. The highest ever. Now, how did it happen now? When we're already peaked from the second wave, when the number of cases have come to below 1 lakh. How come now we're seeing the highest ever single day death count? That is because the state of Bihar has reconciled its death data. The number of people that died due to COVID in Bihar has been corrected, reconciled, updated. Call it what you want to. But essentially, Bihar added 3,951 deaths in one day. They corrected this figure, which is why our national figures have gone up. So, till yesterday, there were 5,424 deaths, as of June 7th rather. And then they added 3,951. 73% jump because of this correction. 73%, let that sink in. For all of those tall claims of how the data is absolutely correct, there is no problem with the death data of our state, of how we are not hiding anything, we are just not dying because of COVID, because the situation isn't so bad. A 73% jump in the death count in the state of Bihar. Patna, Begusarai, Muzaffarpur being the highest contributors. The total fatalities now stand in 9,429. And this too, I suspect, is much lower than what would have been the reality, but the way these deaths are recorded is also very, very confusing and problematic. So being 17th on the rank list, Bihar is now moved to rank 12. Obviously not the worst hit state when it comes to death count. Obviously not the one with the worst mortality rate either. But I want to talk about the data reconciliation. Now, this isn't because suddenly the Bihar government decided to be a little bit more honest with itself or its people. This is because the Patna High Court flagged off the irregularities in the death figures in Buxar. Remember a few weeks ago, the biggest story was these bodies which were seen floating around in river Ganga in parts of Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, a lot of them around Buxar area. And then there were big question marks about how many people were dying. The court then asked for the true picture. An audit was ordered. Administration was told to collate data from private hospitals, homes, crematoriums, municipal corporations, study it, match it, collate it, and then see what the reality is. This is because the court got angry. Imagine the Bihar government, two different departments gave two different affidavits to the court with two different sets of figures on death. That is how chaotic and lackadaisical the whole approach has been. So tonight I want to ask this question. Can we now admit that the problem is bigger? Can we now take this a little bit more seriously? Because if we don't, how do we prepare for next wave? How do we know just how badly we were hit? How do we know just how fatal this virus has become? You will only know about the dangerousness, the fatality of a virus as it evolves once you have the true data picture with you. Bihar is not the only state. Maharashtra updated its figures as well. Now, Maharashtra has a high count of cases, the highest in the country ever since the pandemic started, and deaths as well. But they have added nearly 9,000 deaths to their total number, taking the overall to above 1 lakh. So they added 9,000 and the total deaths have now gone over 1 lakh. If more and more states do this, can we then look at a truer picture, more real picture of how many lives we've lost? Is this not proof that we've been horribly underreporting COVID deaths in our country? Let's ask our experts and panelists and political representatives who join us this evening. Amarnath Tiwari, Assistant Editor of The Hindu from Patna, joins us this evening. Arun Kumar, Associate Editor of Hindustan Times, with us as well. Sarika Kumari of the RJD, Dr. Sunil Singh of the JDU, and Dr. Nikhil Anand of the BJP joins us this evening as well. And I want to actually go across first to Amarnath Tiwari. So Tiwari, we've had many conversations about multiple states from Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Bihar, underreporting, and evidences pointing towards the fact that the numbers we are looking at are far from the reality. Are we a step closer, a little bit closer to what the reality of Bihar is?
No, Tanvi, I don't think so, that we are a little bit closer to the reality in Bihar, at least. Whatever the government has presented, or, they have come out with the revised data on the deaths, COVID deaths in the state is, I think, far away from the reality.
Okay.
Even we and the government has to take the data from the villages, from the block level, district level, and they have to reach out to every villages, even the households where the people have died in home isolation. They have not been admitted to any hospitals, government or private hospitals, but they were living in home isolation, and they died because of the COVID-19, and there is no record of it. And we have also come to know from various sources, and even speaking with the people here in the state, that even after the patients were COVID-19 patients were admitted to the hospitals, and after the death, their family members were not getting the certificate of COVID-19 deaths. The hospital authorities said that they are under pressure not to write the cause of death as COVID-19. So what is there? We are far away. I have to say that we are far away from what the reality on the ground is.
Far away from the reality on the ground, even
Yes.
now, says Mr. Amarnath Tiwari. Mr. Arun Kumar, would you agree with that?
Yeah, it may not be the true reflection of what exactly has happened, how many deaths have taken place, because this has been corrected. And I must admit that at least Bihar has shown the guts and the humility to admit the mistakes, maybe at the instance of the court. But it takes maturity and courage to admit, at least. And that Bihar has shown. And this syndrome may not be with Bihar only. It may be everywhere. Because you have to admit one thing, that a pandemic of this magnitude, which has swept across the country, and in a state like Bihar, where you don't have the healthcare infrastructure so sound, during the pandemic, all the offices were closed or functioning merely with a skeleton staff. So procuring those figures from districts, panchayats, blocks was a Herculean task. The court did chip in, and you are absolutely right that Buxar was the trigger. And once that floating bodies captured the attention of the court, it wanted the exact death figures, and it kept insisting that we want every death to be documented. And after that, the government had to swing into action. And we must give credit to the government also for this, that at least they have admitted. No other state has so far come forward to correct the figures. So at least they have corrected figures. It may not be fully corrected. Maybe more additions will be made as new facts will trickle in. Because as I was talking to some doctors also, what was the parameter of selecting COVID deaths, whether it was just RT-PCR or rat tests, because many deaths may have taken place in home isolation, as Amarnath also said, without getting tested. Many people were tested negative, and their HRCT came as positive. So there are many factors, and maybe in the days to come, but at least we can say that Bihar has taken one step forward to admit the mistake, and now they have to undo the wrong. So hopefully they will definitely do it. It is a courageous step that at least they have come out with the
That's not, I would disagree with you. Yes, they have at least corrected it, which must be acknowledged, but I wouldn't call it courageous. I mean, all they did was follow what the courts told them to do. Of course, in our country now, not always do governments even follow or bother about what courts are observing
No,
or
why I'm
saying,
telling-
and repeated orders are required for them to do that, even that much. So I understand when the benchmark is so low, this may look a little good, Mr. Arun Kumar, but to hide the deaths or to deny it the way the government did, Dr. Sunil Singh, when you said that there are no discrepancies in the death data, that all districts are equipped to collect deaths data and it is being updated every day without fail. Now, clearly,
Tanvi,
we must admit that we were either intentionally misleading people or we were wrongly being overconfident.
Tanvi, I totally disagree with you when you paint such a sad picture of Bihar. And number one, that Bihar corona second wave is under control. The positivity rate is less than 0.5%. The recovery rate is more than 98%. And number of active cases are too low. This doesn't happen spontaneously. The healthcare workers, the doctors, and the government takes a good part of it. That's why this is result. Second part, Amarnath Tiwari ji was saying that there were some doctor were under pressure of under-reporting. I totally refute the allegation. The government has nothing to hide. This reconciliation figure was at the behest of the government. The government had asked the district authorities to look into the matters because first the data was for the deaths from the government hospital. Then the data where the district authorities were asked to ascertain the data from the death in home isolation, the death with comorbidities, whether it was due to COVID or it was non-COVID deaths, it takes some time. The deaths in the private hospital, it took some time. And the number of staffs were less, so reporting was not early. It is not under-reporting. It is a delayed reporting, you can say. So one day the hike in figure was because of delayed reporting and not under-reporting. That death was not on one day. And
So,
nobody
Dr. Sunil,
was
I think
under
you've
pressure.
got what I said completely wrong. Let me understand. What part of what I have said pictures in unacceptable, sad picture of Bihar? Have I said something which is wrong? Have you not updated the data? Have you not reconciled it from 5,400 odd to now over 9,000? Is that not a jump of 73% in over a year? You are saying you are saying that it is delayed. Are you telling me you are delaying and updating the data by 1 year? This is not just the data of last 1 month or 24 hours. This is the data you are telling me you've updated over since last year when the pandemic started. What are you talking about?
Tanvi, don't get us wrong. Let me again tell you, the government has nothing to hide. We want the exact figures because the more and more people can be paid ex gratia amount. That's why government with its own zeal had asked the district authority, district magistrate to again update the data, hence this update. Still the government officials who will be lagging behind will be taken to task. That's a different story altogether. Our intention is very clear. We have nothing to hide. More and all the exact figure of data should come, but sadly, this does not happen only in Bihar. Many states are coming up with reconciled data because of the illiteracy factor in the rural areas, the remote rural areas. The reporting is delayed. We should consider in that way. There is nothing to hide government. And about the cajoling of the High Court, I respect the High Court's concern and High Court sentiments, but the government was acting on its own also. We have nothing to hide. Although the data inflow system in India, not only in Bihar, is not that swift as in Western countries. So we take some time. This delayed reporting should not be misconstrued as our deliberate under-reporting.
Okay. Should not be misconstrued as deliberate under-reporting, says Dr. Sunil Singh. But let me go across to Sarika Kumari of the RJD. Sarika Kumari, it seems like this is the trend now. The court says something, the governments follow it up with a change in policy or correction in data, and then they say, no, this we were going to do ourselves any which ways. It's not because the court said so.
तन्वी, सबसे पहले तो मैं यहाँ बताना चाहूंगी, जैसा कि अभी सुनील सिंह जी ने कहा कि गवर्नमेंट कोई चीज हाइड नहीं कर रही थी, उन्होंने ये डेटा को रिवाइज किया और अभी ये सामने जो डेटा हम देख रहे हैं, लगभग 4,000 मौतें जो ये छुपा रहे थे, तो और वो भी तब जब हाई कोर्ट ने उसमें इंटरफेरेंस किया, उसके बाद ये अचानक एक दिन का ये डेटा जो दिखा रहे हैं, ये बिल्कुल ही ही स्तब्ध करने वाला डेटा है। और वो भी तब जब हमने देखा है कि गंगा नदी में किस तरीके से लाशें जो है वो फ्लॉट कर रही थी, किस तरीके से गंगा घाट के किनारों पे लाशों को दबाया गया था, जो कि वो खुद उठ करके अपने जवाब देने के लिए खड़े हो गए थे कि देखिए आज बिहार में मौत के आंकड़े ये हैं जो सरकार छुपाने की काम कर रही है। और सरकार छुपाए भी तो क्यों ना छुपाए, वो अपने फेलियर को कैसे बता सकती है? सरकार तो बार बार कह रही थी एवरीथिंग इज फाइन, ऑल इज इन कंट्रोल। तो वो अगर आखिर इन डाटास को अगर पब्लिश करती तो फिर वो उनकी अपनी फेलियर दिखाई देता कि किस तरीके से हॉस्पिटल में बद इंतजामी थी, किस तरीके से हॉस्पिटल में मेडिसिन नहीं थे, इक्विपमेंट नहीं थे, किस तरीके से मरीज जो है हॉस्पिटल्स के बाहर दम तोड़ रहे थे। तो अगर ये डाटा उस समय गवर्नमेंट दिखा देती तो पता चल जाता कि इनके पास एक्चुअली इनकी जो व्यवस्था है, मेडिकल इक्विपमेंट नहीं है, इनके पास ऑक्सीजन नहीं है। तो अपने फेलियर को छुपाने के लिए एक्चुअली इन्होंने उन डेटा को छुपाया। लेकिन मैं अभी तन्वी आपको बताना चाहूंगी, ये अभी भी एक्यूरेट डाटा नहीं है। जिस तादाद में यहाँ लोगों की मृत्यु हुई है कोरोना से, वो अभी और उसकी हकीकत आनी बाकी है। मुझे लगता है इन कमिंग डेज में वो जरूर है कि आएगा सामने, क्योंकि बहुत रूरल एरियाज के तो डेटा अभी आए ही नहीं है। कई ऐसे प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल्स, मोर देन 28 हॉस्पिटल्स ऐसे थे जहां पे कि लोग अपने इलाज करा रहे थे, उनके भी डेथ के अभी तक आपके डेटा नहीं आए हैं। ऐसे देखिए जहां पे जिन शमशान घाटों पे लोगों को अंत्येष्टि की जा रही थी और जो सरकार अपने डेटा दे रहे थे, उनमें लगभग आधा का फर्क था। और आज जो ये 4000 से दिखाई दे रहा है आंकड़े का फर्क है, ये मुझे लगता है अभी भी एक्यूरेट नहीं है। अभी और भी ऐसे डेटा आने बाकी है जो सरकार की नाकामी की पोल खोलेंगी और बताएगा कि इस कोविड काल में बिहार गवर्नमेंट ने लोगों के लिए कुछ नहीं किया, मौत के सौदागर ये बन के
मैं एक मिनट,
लोगों की जान के साथ
मैं ये बोलना चाहती हूँ, और इसका हमारे पास कोई प्रूफ नहीं, हम सिर्फ सवाल पूछ सकते हैं। लेकिन डॉक्टर निखिल आनंद, एक चीज से जो पता चलता है कि आपका इंटेंशन क्या है, विच इज हाउ यू रिस्पॉन्ड टू इट। जब कोई भी डेटा लेके कोई मुड़ के पूछे कि अरे पूरे देश भर में हजारों डेथ्स रजिस्टर हो रही हैं और आप कह रहे हैं आपकी स्टेट में सिर्फ 10 लोग मरे, सिर्फ 20 लोग मरे, अरे डेड बॉडीज बह रही हैं पर आप कह रहे हैं आपकी स्टेट में कोई मौतें नहीं हो रही। दिस बिहेवियर, this response where you say we are not hiding anything, there is no discrepancy, everything is perfect, all district committees are working perfectly fine, all data is daily updated because we are so efficient, just goes on to show that you don't have the intention of finding the reality. That's the problem. For example, Maharashtra never does the grandstanding. They have in the past 1 year 2 times to 3 times updated their death figures. They are the highest in the country. फिर भी जहां पे रिकंसिलिएशन होता है वो करके ये बोल देते हैं और ये नहीं कहते कि हम हमेशा 100% करेक्ट हैं। But why do UP, Bihar governments constantly tell us that we are always right and you are wrong? Dr. Nikhil Anand, I think you are on mute. I can't hear you. So you'll have to unmute yourself, Dr. Anand.
The hue and cry and the cynicism of RJD is quite obvious, but I appreciate your critical approach to what has happened. Rather, I would like to say that the Bihar government is very sensible and sensitive in its approach. We have, of course, verified the data. And we have formed the committee at all the district levels, and it took 20 days of extensive work to verify this data. And it is, of course, it has been verified. And our intention is not at all wrong, and we do not intend to hide anything. Because Bihar government is the first government which has announced 4 lakh ex gratia amount compensation for all the victims, those who have died died with COVID. So it is not a matter of hiding anything. Rather, we have corrected. It is a course correction. And of course, we are very sensible in its approach. We don't want that anybody who has died due to COVID, their families should not be left apart from all the help which the government wants to provide. All the ex gratia compensation and facilities which the government wants to provide them. We don't want to leave our citizens at their mercy. We want to take note of everyone, provide each one with due help. And we, of course, in this pandemic time, Bihar government has worked overtime to launch all its programs. In the start, of course, we faced some difficulties.
So tell me this, Dr. Nikhil Anand, you are also from, Dr. Nikhil Anand, tell me this. You are a man who also follows science. Does this make sense to you that a state that has 8.6% of the country's population, 8.6% of the country's population, and much desired when it comes to healthcare infrastructure? There is no debate on that. There is much to be desired when it comes to primary healthcare centers, secondary healthcare centers, district level hospitals. Such a state only constitutes 2.5% of the country's death. Tell me, is this believable to you?
Bihar government has, in course of time, worked hard to revive its health sector. Yeah, we have to go a long way, but still Bihar has improved a lot.
So you say that you would say this, right? You would say this, that the exercise is not complete yet. You still need to do a lot more fact finding on who died because of COVID.
No, there is no discrepancies. There is no differences. We have worked hard to improve the facilities, and we provided help to whatever last line of people possible. So during this audit, we tried to include each one of those who died due to COVID, and we have not left anybody at their mercy.
Okay, let me bring in. Okay, you say. Fair enough, I get the point. And what you and Dr. Sunil are saying, that if the intention is to reach out to these families and help them, compensate them for some amount of ex gratia amount, we would want more numbers to come in here, and that's what we're doing. Okay, granted that. But let me bring in Amarnath Tiwari here again. And Mr. Tiwari, will we even get to the point where we know the full truth? Because it's not just about, backdating and collating data from rural parts which has not been included. Many times we don't even manage to detect that the death was because of COVID, that this person had COVID. In rural parts, it wouldn't be even possible to know often that somebody had COVID and died because of that, and not just because some organ failed or it was a heart attack.
Yeah, definitely. But first, I would like to say two things, Tanvi, about what Arun and Dr. Sunil had said, that it was not a courageous act by the state government to bring about and revise the data. It was not a courageous act by the government. They did just because of the repeated Patna High Court's, reprimand or to pulling up the government to correct the data they are presenting to the court. The Patna High Court on May 18th, May 21st, and May 25th, they had clearly said to the government that please correct your data. There is inconsistencies in the data which you are providing to the court, and that is why the state government was forced to revise and recount the death counts in the state because of the COVID-19. And second thing was that if they're saying, Dr. Sunil and others are saying that the government intention was good, but what happens and what constrained the government to get the data from as many as 28 private hospitals in Patna alone? In Patna alone, 28 private hospitals, they did not provide the COVID-19 deaths to the government. And on June 8th, the civil surgeon of Patna, she had written to the 28 hospitals to provide the government the data of COVID-19 deaths. Similarly, in Patna, at 3 crematoriums, the total number of deaths was 3,243 or 42 around. And what the government said that the total death from January is 2,293. There is a glaring gap of 1,000 deaths in Patna in 3 crematoriums of Patna district alone. So you can well imagine about all 38 districts of the state. It is and crime. I would use the word is crime to say that this is the correct data, and the government was recounting it on its own to reach out to the families of the victims. It is not that. I mean, they had first the data. They had not done their work properly to collect the data of COVID deaths 19 in Bihar. I'm sorry to say that.
Dr. Sunil Singh.
Tanvi, you had one query about the why the number of deaths are less. Let me tell you that the positivity rate of corona in Bihar is less than 0.5%. The recovery rate is more than 98%. If the recovery rate is more than 98%, the mortality has to be low. So Bihar, the mortality is low, not because the automatically, which you say, the Bihar has the dearth of healthcare facilities. It is because of the untiring effort of the doctors, the healthcare workers, and the government that we have come to this conclusion. And second thing about the whatever Amarnath Tiwari ji was saying, it's hard for me to explain to him. He's got such a bias. But let me tell him, there was no pressure. Yes, the data was delayed reporting because of the fact that even the private hospitals were working with less number of staff. More were sick. The secretarial staff, which is to do the data uploading, were also sick. So they were so busy with the overload on the healthcare system that the data reporting was delayed.
Okay, so Dr. Singh, let me ask you two questions. First question, Dr. Singh. Now that this entire exercise has been done with the purest of the intent to find the truth, are you now saying that we are done updating the data? That obviously in future, if you do update it, it will be for deaths that happen June onwards and not for the last 1 year. Are we done with last 1 year's fact finding?
Most of it, yes, but updating is a continuous process. Since we are in the quest of helping the people, the next of the kin of COVID deaths should be paid 4 lakh of ex gratia, and that was announced because nobody should hide it. And as somebody should hide it, so we have nothing to hide. We have done nothing. We have done nothing, and so the government is with purest of intention.
Okay.
And you're questioning us. The same thing has happened. Your words, your choice of words for the same act in Maharashtra was something else.
Yes, because the court didn't have to intervene there. The courts didn't have to intervene there. Maharashtra came out with this information last June, Dr. Sunil. The first time they did this exercise was last June. And let me tell you this also. Day after day, at that point, we questioned them. When they initiated the exercise, before that, when we showed them the ground reality, when they initiated the exercise, when they came out with the first round, when they came out with the second round, that they were questioned. But at no point did they turn around and tell us that ours is a perfect system. My problem is that even now we are being repeatedly told that it's a perfect system. It's being recorded, updated, and this is the picture, true picture. You tell me today, which is why I'm asking you again and again, that you admit to me, Dr. Sunil, that this may not be the real picture. It may be 2 times worse. We are still trying to find out.
First, let me remind you, Tanvi, of the High Court observation for the Delhi and the Maharashtra government. I'm not going to that detail. Since you are saying that the court did not come to the picture, let me remind you, refresh yourself. Court has many times and oft court gave comments about the Maharashtra and Delhi government. Still, I'm not going to that. And as for the data for the Bihar, let me tell you, updating is a continuous process. But the amount of the 2 times, 3 times you are saying, which I feel is that most of the update has been done, but little amount of figure here and there can be there.
Here is my second question to you before I go to Sarika. Here is my second question to you before I go to Sarika. Dr. Sunil, you said our positivity rate is 0.5%. Everything is under control. Now, just like the death data has been updated for various reasons, how do I trust this positivity rate? I remember it, and I'm sure you do. And let me remind our viewers, there was a massive testing scandal, and Indian Express did an exhaustive investigation series to expose how village after village, district after district, the testing numbers were being manufactured. How do I believe the data?
Let me refresh you again. In the testing, Bihar is testing in the remotest of the area. And thanks to Nitish Kumar, each and every village is well connected by the road. and we have got the testing van, mobile van for the testing. So testing is going on. It is more than 1.2 lakh testing per day. As for the some data because of the common phone number, let me tell you, every poor person does not have a phone number. So one person phone number comes into 4 or 5 things because in a family of 5, and one phone number is for all of them. So you cannot tell it that it was a scam. Still the erring officials were taken to task. They were cajoled and they were punished. They were suspended. But you cannot call it a scam because everybody does not have a phone number.
Then why were
If
they
somebody does not have
suspended?
a phone number, suspended because that even if phone number, they gave the digital 0000. They should have said no phone number 0000 was there. So that's why they were suspended. It was not a scam, Tanvi. For Bihar, let me tell you, among the testing, Bihar is testing in the remotest of the areas. You can come and see that in all the areas, we've got a mobile testing van still active. And as
Okay.
for the vaccination, let me assure you about the vaccination. We have got Tika Express, mobile vaccination van in all the villages. It's going in all the mohallas. And vaccination also, we are doing it very well.
Yes.
So all the biasness against the Bihar government should be cleared as for the testing and the vaccination.
Dr. Sunil, you have known me for a really, really long time, and you know this isn't biasness. This is just asking questions where questions must be asked. Sarika Kumari.
Sorry for the word bias. I take my word
Sarika wanted to make a
bias is
point.
not
Go
there.
ahead, Sarika.
तन्वी, अभी जिस तरीके से निखिल आनंद जी ने कहा कि कंपनसेशन की बात इन्होंने कही, मुझे लगता है कि ये संवेदनहीनता की पराकाष्ठा है, जो ये मौत के बदले कुछ मात्र पैसे दे करके लोगों की संवेदना को खरीदना चाह रहे हैं। दूसरी बात, मैं तन्वी ये भी बताना चाहूंगी निखिल आनंद जी को भी और सुनील जी को भी कि किस तरीके से मुजफ्फरपुर से लेकर के बेगूसराय तक में फर्जीवाड़े का उजागर हुआ, किस तरीके से उन लोगों की हेल्थ डिपार्टमेंट ने गलत रिपोर्ट भेजी, जिन लोगों ने कभी अपनी कोरोना टेस्ट करवाई ही नहीं। तो ये बहुत बड़ा फर्जीवाड़ा जो है वो सरकार के नाक के नीचे हो रहा है, और मुझे नहीं लगता है कि सरकार को इस बात की खबर नहीं होगी। सरकार को बिल्कुल ही पता था, क्योंकि एक्चुअली इनके पास टेस्ट किट्स ही अवेलेबल नहीं थे, तो वो उस तादाद में टेस्ट कहां से करेंगे लोगों की। इनके हॉस्पिटल्स की जो हालत है और इन्हें जानकारी है कि कितने लोगों की मौत यहाँ हुई है, और यही कारण है कि उन आंकड़ों को छुपाने का काम किया गया है। मुझे एक बात समझ में नहीं आती है तन्वी, कि आप जिन ऑफिसर्स को सस्पेंड और डिसमिस करने की बात कर रहे हैं, क्यों नहीं ये नैतिक जिम्मेदारी प्रदेश के मुख्यमंत्री की नहीं बनती है? उन्हें इन मौतों का जिम्मेदारी उठानी चाहिए और उन्हें अपने पद से इस्तीफा देना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये जो मौतें हुई है बिहार में, बिहार के बदहाल स्थिति की वजह से हुई है, बिहार सरकार के लड़के की वजह से हुई है।
Bihar government is very much sensitive.
ये दूसरा था।
Okay. Okay.
तैयारी करने का मौका नहीं मिला। ये सेकंड वेव था, बावजूद इसके हॉस्पिटल्स में कोई इंतजाम नहीं थे, कोई सुविधाएं नहीं थी, और ये मौतें जो हुई है उस बद इंतजामी की वजह से हुई है। तो ये सरकार की, प्रदेश के मुखिया की जिम्मेदारी बनती है, और ये नैतिक जिम्मेदारी लेते हुए नीतीश कुमार को इस्तीफा देना चाहिए, क्योंकि
ये कॉम्पनसेशन की बात रहने दीजिए। कोई भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी हो वो यही करते हैं। एवरी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज फर्स्ट and the immediate response is to announce compensation where there is any kind of loss, tragedy, without looking into where they have to take responsibility. But Dr. Nikhil Anand, जो वो दूसरे ही issue उठा रही हैं about the status of healthcare and preparation, उस पर जवाब दीजिए।
Since last year, Bihar government was already prepared for any kind of this outcome. When the COVID-2 started, in the starting, we faced little bit of a scarcity in terms of oxygen and beds. But very soon, Bihar government worked hard, and we prepared a list of 90 hospitals were recognized to treat COVID patients in Patna itself. And just because some of the panelists were counting 28 hospitals, I want to say that 90 hospitals were registered and announced by district administration to treat COVID patients. And besides, other hospitals were treating who all those were counted during the audit. So nobody has been left and Bihar government provided remdesivir, every bit of medicine to all the hospitals, and on every request of the hospitals on behalf of the patients. So Bihar government has tried its level best. I agree that in the remotest places there were some problem, but soon Bihar government worked hard. The first line of medical workers, second line, everyone were active, and you see that during this time of vaccination, all the staffs, ASA worker, Anganwadi, everyone is working hard to going door to door to vaccinate people.
Hmm.
So we want to say that Bihar government is very serious since day one. Yeah, the amount of a pandemic was so high that it took time, a week or 2 weeks, to adjust. But we have not left any stone unturned to help people and provide any kind of medical help. But the tragedy is that the opposition in Bihar is seen nowhere. Just they are making slant, they are promoting propaganda, negativity, and cynicism at this hour of crisis, rather than they should have helped and realized their collective responsibility to come with the government. But by sitting in Delhi, Tejaswi Yadav is just putting slant and tweeting against in such a foul manner. He's using all the foul languages against the chief
But
minister
I
and
just want
everyone.
to, okay,
This is not
okay,
done.
I
This
don't
is
want to
very
get
much
into,
irresponsible
okay, okay,
as
okay.
a political
Calm down,
person.
calm down, please, calm down.
Here Bihar government
Calm
is
down,
working
please.
hard, working.
I want to give one very
Bihar
interesting more piece of information. ये
which was
1 minute please. Can I please talk? Can I please talk? Sarika, Sarika, 1 minute रुक जाइए. 1 minute रुक जाइए. I want to just highlight one very interesting piece of information and get a final response, final comment coming in from Mr. Arun Kumar as well. Mr. Arun Kumar, as I tell viewers this information, last week, June 2 to June 9, the average daily deaths that were being registered were 594. The week before that, the average daily deaths was 68. And the week before that, which is May 19 to May 25, the average daily deaths were 101. So obviously, this is not just an overnight exercise. If you look at what was registered through the month of June, there has been a longer data correction which has gone on. Yet, to what extent do you think this exercise is done? Checking with crematoriums, checking with private hospitals from big cities to the smallest of the villages. Have we reached the smallest of the villages, or is that part yet to be even touched?
Okay, let me give me just 2 minutes. I'll explain. First of all, what you have asked is that underreporting has been an issue right from the very beginning, and it is not confined to Bihar only. Everywhere, underreporting is a. Secondly, you know, the exact and the real picture of COVID deaths we may never be able to know. Why? Because of the nature of our country, fewer number of tests. If you don't have tests, government will have to depend on some document. When there are no test reports, government will not consider it COVID. Unfortunately, in villages and rural areas, wherever tests have not taken place, those deaths will not be counted. Thirdly, why I said it is a courageous act. It is not because government has done something big. It is because it has started a new system which will have an echo effect on all the states of India. They will also have to do the course correction, because this is not a phenomenon with Bihar only. Bihar has, at least at the instance of the court, repeated hammering of the court, they have come out with some correction. This is not the final correction. More additions will be made in the days to come, we know.
Okay.
Because as generally what should happen, that the registrar of deaths and births, there is a mechanism for real-time updation of figures, which doesn't happen anywhere. This is what the court also hammered, that why this real-time updating is not being done. It was not being done. Then the government took time. They started with the Buxar issue, and then they have now, the chief secretary ordered all the district magistrates to get the figures done. So now they have come with this figure, but this is not the final figure.
Correct.
And the real figure we may never have, Because in villages where there are no tests, where people have died, but they don't know why they died, even they don't know why they died. They thought they had just fever, or they were sneezing, or something happened after 5-6 days. Somebody said they had hypopnea, somebody said they had breathlessness, but they don't know what exactly happened to them. They died. Maybe they were COVID affected, but they don't have a document to show right now. So the government, normal deaths, even during normal times, normal deaths take place. But to identify COVID, government will have to make a yardstick, and on that yardstick, they will decide how many deaths have taken place, and the figure may go up, but the real figure we may never have. Not only in Bihar.
No, Kari, you're absolutely right. Real figure we will probably not have. It's about how much closer can we get to it, because in a lot of cases, COVID cases weren't registered themselves for various purposes. People didn't, get themselves tested themselves. So that part obviously, but we have to get to the closest that we can to the reality, because only then will we know how dangerous is COVID, how fast is it spreading, who is it affecting, how many lives is it claiming. Accordingly, we can prepare. It's not just, and I hope the states understand that, it's not just about how many people do you give the compensation money to, but how do you protect the next people from the next wave will depend on what has been the damage in the last 2 waves. Now look at this. Weekly, on every week, if you see, the daily average was 8,768 during the peak of second wave. Now that we are doing data correction, it's gone to 600 average daily deaths. That's how the correction is taking place. Nobody is expecting here that there is a daily updation, real-time updation. It's not possible. It's not possible in any state of our country that you do a real-time daily updation. There are various levels where the checks have to be done, paperwork has to be done, then it has to be, matched, and then it has to be updated. We all understand that. But do you do it a year later? That's where the big question mark arises. Completely out of time. Yes.
This is what the court also observed, that you have to do it real time and document each and every death.
Yes. Well, I'm sure the court had to, go ahead and make these comments, because the court got 2 affidavits. One from the chief secretary, who said that there were 6 deaths, and another one from the divisional commissioner of Patna, who said there were 789 deaths. 6 deaths and 789 deaths. Imagine what would have gone on in the mind of the High Court judge, that this was the way the government was treating a court hearing and sharing information with the High Court. And so obviously they were extremely angry and pushed the government to come up with real data. Facts must be verified from all sources before being placed to the court. The court had to say it to get some amount of correction done here. It's still not close to the reality perhaps, but we are a step closer. And we hope more and more states do it without waiting for the courts to tell them. Although it is happening. In Maharashtra, 9,000 deaths have been added since May 1st itself. Just from May 1st to now, nearly 9,000 deaths have been added. In Uttarakhand, the High Court has asked for an audit of deaths. Total deaths till June 9th were just 6,849, and the High Court has said, please go and find out the truth and give us those details. In Rajasthan, the government has been forced to now order an audit of the deaths, because multiple reports emerge of underreporting that was going on significantly in Rajasthan as well. There also, the government is saying, we are not hiding. Without even trying to find out the details, we are not hiding is the response. In Kerala, the Chief Minister has promised today and asked for an updated report within the next 3 days. We're going to keep a very close eye. 3.56 lakh people have died in our country since the pandemic hit us because of COVID. Officially, the real data may be many, many more times, but we need to find that out. Thank you for joining us on this conversation.